No, ladies, you should not tell him that you love him. And of course, you should not give him all of your money that is in your bank account. And the last thing that most of the women do, you should never follow his lead, his needs. Don't ask yourself, what does he want? Because then we only become his puppet. And of course, it's not what you want. So in this video, I want to share with you 8 ways to build a great chemistry with a man. 8 ways to, just be different, be unique, so he can tell himself that the connection that you have is very special. So, usually you want to please him, you want to focus on him. As I mentioned to you, this is not the best strategy. So in this video, I want to start by telling you, if you want to build a chemistry, if you want to build a connection with a man, it's very important to have the same vision. So talk about your future, talk about your goals, talk about your dreams, but most importantly, ask him those questions. If you know where he's going in life, if you know what is very important to him, if you can relate to the common interest, that is when you know that you're building a great chemistry, and when you would make him feel that there is a special link. This link is invisible, but there is a special situation where both of you are on the same page. So step number 1, if you want to build a great chemistry with a man, it is to look for the shared interest. It is to make sure that you also have the same vision. So step number 1, what do we love? Step number 2, what are our visions? And if we can align, let's say, for example, you met this guy, like the lady I was coaching right before to do this video, she met a huge entrepreneur that loves to travel. The fact that she also traveled a lot in some certain countries that not a lot of people would travel in Asia and Africa, that helped them create an amazing communication because they realized that they both have the same vision about traveling. And so that's when we know as men that we have someone special in our eyes, and not just because we like her physically, but because mentally we will also be connected. So this will be tip number 1 and tip number 2. If we want to go to tip number 3 on how to build a great chemistry, usually we want to use the inner childhood, the inner child that is in ourselves. So it's very important to talk about your life, to talk about what you were dreaming when you were a kid, what was your passions, because if we can connect with your boyfriend, husband, or your target's inner child, that's when men are very vulnerable, but not in a way that they are weak, in a way that they share who they are for real. So instead of trying to play games, instead of trying to please, instead of trying to give a lot of attention, this time we will just talk about your inner child and we will ask him questions as well. I have seen with the people that I coach, with the women that I coach, that there is a real interest when men can express themselves, can talk without being superficial and without trying to please you, but really to be themselves. So this will be my tip number 3. Tip number 4, I feel in today's world, you should both be ambitious. So if you want to build a great connection, you need to show that you have your ambition. That doesn't mean financially, doesn't mean that you want to make a lot of money or you want to buy a house, etc. But ambition can come from your hobby. Let's say that you love salsa and you show that you're really committed to good dancing salsa. Showing your ambition, which is also for me your joy of life and your personal goals, it is something that will always inspire a man. No matter his age, no matter his job, no matter the situation where you met, you will always be able to inspire him if you have ambition. And if you have some ambition and he does as well, that is also a very important common interest. So this will be my tip number 4. Tip number 5, which will be more profound. I won't suggest to do it if you're just starting to date. At least not openly. You can just look at the situation, but don't really talk about it. It's when you would share the same values. What is very important for you in life? Is it respect? Is it kindness? Is it love? Is it affection? Is it gift? The fact that you focus on your values and his values, you will be able to make sure that there is the strong connection. If you want to look at someone's values, a man's values, look at his behavior with his parents. Look at his behavior with his friends. Look at his behaviors with his coworkers. You will realize that there is so much you can learn from watching his behavior, what he does, what he says, when he's surrounding from people that he loves or surrounding from people that he works with, which means that he will meet a lot. You will find that you can learn his love language this way, you can look at his values this way, and you will be able to really identify what are his emotional triggers, what are the things that he's really looking in a woman. So this will be my tip number 5. Tip number 6, which is where I specialize, and I will always encourage you to use this mindset. The best way to connect and build a chemistry is to flirt. If you're making fun of each other, if you can have this challenge that who is the best, if you can have fun when you communicate and you're not so serious about being in a relationship, ladies, let me tell you that this is the moment men starts to really ask themselves this question: should I be with her? Is she the woman that I want to be with? Because time flies when we are together. We love the same things. Communication is easy. And we can flirt. We can just, start to be flirtatious with each other. We can start to have these little challenges that we both love, that we both want to win. And so instead of being so serious about love and relationship, we are just enjoying our time together. And this is exactly what I will teach you as a coach. I will teach you how to make sure that you can get closer, how to be sure as well that you can be in a relationship with someone that will express themselves, that will be present, and the only way you can do it is to flirt. Not take everything seriously. So flirting is a good way to create a deep, deep connection. And if you want to learn more about how to flirt like a French lady, if you want to learn the basics about flirting, but also the best tools, I have done a video that is private. The link is in the description box below. You will be able to watch this video and learn exactly what to do to learn how to flirt. So how to connect with a man at a deeper level. For example, this will be my tip number 7, but I've found so many women, when they go on a date, they're so focused on being perfect. Is my hair looking good? Should I say this? Should I say that? And at the end of the day, they are not themselves. They cannot even enjoy the moment. How many women did I coach that was telling me at the beginning, I'm going to dates, but I don't want to go. And I want to change that. So I will always encourage you to try to read his mind. This is kind of a flirtatious game or tool that we can use. If you can tell him, look, I know you better than your mom. Let me figure out. I know you don't eat gluten. I know you love to go to the gym, but you're frustrated because you cannot see your abs. The way we say things needs to be flirtatious, which means a little bit funny. Of course, we want to give him compliments, but not too much. We want to also challenge him, like for the abs. And we want to show to him that we can read his mind. The goal is to install a little game, not the fact that we play with each other, just the fact that we have a little game of attraction to discover each other. So if you tell him, look, I can read your mind, he would be giving you much more attention than if you tell him something else, like, I know this, or I know you're looking good, you're going to the gym. Yes, everyone will tell him that. But if you say, oh, I can read your mind, you're going to the gym, you don't eat gluten, you take a lot of protein, but you're mad at yourself because you cannot see your abs, and you start smiling, he will smile with you. So you will make him see that with you, there is a lot of fun, there is a lot of situation where we don't have to take ourselves seriously. And that's how we can really create a deep connection. The last tip I want to share with you, it's also part of, being flirtatious and being a challenge, is the idea that we can show him that we love to make sure that we can surprise each other. For example, I know we live in a world where the 50-50 is not for you ladies. Like, right? When he just take you out to dinner, he should pay. And I do agree with this rule, right? He should pay the first date. But the second date, you should be part of it. You need to organize something. So the fact that you can challenge each other on who will organize the best date, it is for me the best mindset to really connect with a guy. It is for me the best mindset to really learn about each other without the pressure of the society that tells you you need to be with someone, because if you're not in a relationship, you're nothing. We want to avoid those thoughts. We want to be in a much more confident mindset. And I know that it's something that we can do. So ladies, I want you right now to click in the description and go train. Let me train you to flirt. Let me train you to be in a gentle challenge. Let me train you to have a lot of fun when you would want to connect with a guy. If you apply one of those 8 tips, you would find that it's much easier than you thought. It is also very much possible to make him be vulnerable. That doesn't mean to make him be weak, but to make him be open to communicate, open to share, and open to talk to you. So click in the description. You will also find the link just right below for my private coaching. So if you want to talk to a coach about your situation, Alex, how can I get him to commit? How can I make him mine? How can I be his priority? How can I get him back? All of those topics are in the description. And in just one session, I know I can definitely help you. So it's good to ask a man that is, a professional coach that has done a lot of trainings, that has also a lot of experiencing. So I wish I could be your coach. But remember to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel because you can receive my videos and you will be able to change your mind when it comes to love. So my goal is to help you, and I will see you very soon, ladies. Take good care of yourself.